again, it's April here and welcome back to another art video. Today I'm doing something that I've been wanting to try for a long time. It is making my own memo pads. Ta-da! Stationery. So I'm basically a post-it addict and I use post-its all the time. I actually stole them from my last job when I got made redundant. So I have about 200 blocks of post-its right now. But hey, you can always use more notepaper. And I saw someone make some memo pads on their vlog and I tried to find it. I searched for YouTube, but I couldn't find what it was. It was like a cute little froggy memo pad. Anyway, moving swiftly on to the memo pads, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to draw a whole bunch of different animals in these boxes. And I thought it would be really fun. I really wanted to do a whole bunch of animals, but I didn't know how I wanted to do them. So I thought I could just cram them into this like box space and make almost box animals. Which is kind of what I'm trying to do. Some of them worked out and some of them didn't. So I have like a little bear, a cat, an octopus, a giraffe, a deer, a whale, some other animals down there. The peacock, which I did do for this one, but I threw away. So I did another page off camera and yeah, my ideas got a little bit wacky. So there's like a weird duck there. A chicken, I think, I'm not sure. A bee definitely didn't work out. And my narwhal, I really tried, but that one didn't work out either. But yeah, I just kind of went through a whole bunch of different animals and tried to find ones that fit into a nice little rectangle shape. And then after I did my sketches, I picked about 9 that I really liked and I popped into Procreate to make these. So I'm basically doing a style that isn't my normal style. If you guys know me, you know that I really love line art and kind of like doing details and little dots here and there. So I had to kind of really simplify and make it more bold and less contrasty, so you could write on it, because at the end of the day it is a nice picture, but I do want to be able to write on it. And yeah, you need to kind of see what you're writing, otherwise what's the point in writing things down? So I did a lion, and then I did this raccoon, which is my absolute favourite out of all of them. And then next up I did a crocodile or an alligator, I'm not sure which. Some of them were really difficult to put into boxes, and other ones I had to really work a lot from my initial sketch, which I hadn't looked at any references when I was sketching. I was just like sketching from memory. And then also it was quite tricky picking different colours. I was trying to use the colour set that I normally use so it would be cohesive. So I just worked with a lot of opacities and different layers to kind of, you could see the difference in the colours, but at the same time you would be able to write on them so they weren't like too different from each other. And I also really love this little bunny that I did. I wanted to have a cute little tail at the bottom, but it wasn't working out. So I just put some little feet on, which I think actually work a lot better. And then I think this is the only sea creature, which is a whale. And funny thing, see how I'm drawing the mouth there? I always used to draw whales like this when I was younger. So this was the initial face that I really wanted to make. But it was a little bit contrasty and it stood out a lot and it didn't really match the other ones that I had drawn. So I changed it up a little bit and I just did kind of like a cuter little whale. Oh no, wait, we have an octopus. I forgot the octopus. The octopus was the one that I was thinking maybe of not doing because it doesn't read as well as the others. Martin actually told me not to include it, but I listened to my heart instead of my head because I just thought it was really cute. It could be an octopus, it could be a jellyfish. I think it's an octopus though because it has 8 legs. And then I had to do a frog because I was inspired by the vlog that I saw. And this deer is actually one of the very first ideas that I had. But it was actually very difficult to make it look like a deer in this box form. One looked like a bear, one looked like a fox. And in the end, I think I kind of get it looking like a deer. It looks like a weird hybrid animal. And then this is what they all look like from Procreate. This is the final, but initially I did some print tests. So the print test came out like this. This is from the very first sketches that I did. And as you can see, they had quite a lot of work to do on them. So some of them were too contrasty, some of them weren't contrasty enough, some of them were too dark. So I did a whole bunch of different print tests and just kind of like each iteration got there a little bit. But here I think I'm pointing out how the contrast is too high on some of them. And this was the third one that I did. And my art director, Martin, who was sitting next to me at the time, pointed out a few things like to change the raccoon eyes, change the, the octopus eyes, whatever. And I was like, dude, can I just finish because I'm tired, I want to go to bed. But he was like, no, April, you got to get this right. So I did one final print test And this is the end. So this is them all printed out, and next thing I had to do was figure out how to cut them. So I decided to use my new cutting machine. So the only problem is it doesn't really give a measurement for this, so you had to kind of like line it up to the edge. So I did a couple of tests, and it was actually pretty easy. So I'm very delicately cutting it here. And yes, it worked. Okay, Martin is filming that. Yep, he has to get some close-ups. Good job, Martin. And then I waited until the next morning because I was very tired. So I had printed it out the night before, and I just spent like 10 minutes, didn't take long, cutting them all up. Some of them did have white border where they didn't quite meet the edge of the page. So then I had to go in with my scalpel and tidy them up. So all in all, this was quite a long process. Drawing the animals themselves was really fun, but the whole print test, cutting them up with the scalpels and everything did take quite a lot of time. So I'm not sure if I'll ever do this to sell them. They are really fun though, so I kind of think it would be super fun to sell them eventually in my Etsy shop and do other designs. And if you guys think that's a good idea, let me know in the comments, because it would be great to like gauge everyone's thoughts on that. And then last thing I had to do was obviously glue it together. So I stuck it in between a bunch of heavy books. The worst part was trying to make sure all the edges lined up well, but I gave it 4 coats of PVA glue throughout the day, and this is what it ends up like. So this first page has some glue on it. So if I was going to do it in the future, I'd probably put like a blank page on top just so it could get the glue, and then I could just tear that off. And I did put a little board on the back, so it's got like a nice little stiff back there. And this is where I realised that maybe 4 layers of glue was too much. Probably could have just done 2 because they were quite tough to peel off actually. But they did come off quite cleanly after the first couple. And yeah, it was pretty awesome to like design something, make it, and have it in my hands. So that was my first DIY memo pad. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching that. And let me know which your favourite animal was. So that's all for today, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.